Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today is an unboxing day. I have the All Set to Sew So Luxurious kit from Little Miss So and So. That is always a mouthful. So my box has arrived right here. And I will be opening this obviously and then showing off my make from last month's box. So the So Luxurious kit is £65 a month. I get it free of charge as one of their brand ambassadors, and it is actually quite a different subscription, quite an exciting one to join or to be a part of. So you basically get a choice of a woven pattern or a knit pattern every month. You get this fabulous email at the beginning of the month, and then once you've chosen the pattern that you want to go for, you then get a choice of all their luxurious woven fabric if you've chosen the woven pattern, or all their luxurious knit fabric if you've chosen the knit pattern. And when I say luxurious, it includes you know, great designer names like Atelier Brunette, Art Gallery Fabrics, Lady McElroy, Dashwood Studios, that sort of thing. So it's really, really great. And as for the So Luxurious box, you actually get 3.5 meters of the fabric, which is amazing because most of the fabrics that are in this range from about 18 to 22 pounds a meter. So you're already getting more value for money than what you've paid for. You get the pattern, the fabric, all the notions required, such as threads, zippers, buttons, that sort of thing. And then you either get the paper pattern or the PDF printout with the instructions, and you also get a little treat in there as well. It's a haberdashery item or a treat or both. I'm not quite sure, but I'll open this up and let you know. So this month I went for the woven pattern. So it's lovely and wrapped up here. It's the woven pattern. And what's exciting about it is the emails come at the beginning of the month, but then the package doesn't come until the end of the month. So what's the date now? 24th. So it's come today. And then on the 1st, so a couple of days later, I get my other email for my choices for next month, which is actually really, really exciting. I look forward to this email so much. So the pattern I went for was the woven pattern, as I say. And the pattern is the Hinterland dress by So Liberated. So I've got the PDF printout here, A0 printout. Let me just show you. So it's got the A0 printout all ready for you, which is great because there's no tracing involved. You can just cut it out and then you get the instructions printed out for you as well. So I actually already have this pattern. I actually bought it probably a good 3 or 4 years ago and I haven't made it. So I was actually planning to make it either this month or last month because I think it's a great dress that you can wear for maternity, but also more importantly for me is nursing access. My baby is due beginning of May, so I am no longer making maternity dresses, but if I do make a dress that fits what me and my bump at the moment, I will try it on and model it for you, but otherwise it will be postpartum dresses for me. So basically this is a woven pattern, as I say. The variation, so the main details of the pattern is a scoop neck, button front, gathered skirt. I believe it does have pockets. Yes, it does have inseam pockets. And then you've got a choice of short sleeves, 3/4 length sleeves. Again, sleeves you can lengthen or shorten as much as you please. You've got a back tie as well. You've got the option just to do the buttons at the top. Or what I have done, well, not what I have done, but what you could do is even have faux plackets. So would it fit? I don't know. So maybe you could keep that as a real placket, but then the buttons down the front as a faux placket. So you don't have to actually do buttonholes. You just sew the buttons straight through the garment. But it's really, really lovely. Again, the length of the skirt, you can adjust as you please. So I'm really, really looking forward to doing this. This goes up from a size, size 0 to size 24. Measurements are, here you go. I love when non-UK patterns do inches and centimeters because then it saves you from doing all the conversions. So this does, I think it's an Australian, I'm not sure where they're from, is it? I'm not sure, but it's not a UK pattern company. So it goes from a size 0 to a size 24 inches. For a size 0 is a bust of 31, waist of 25, all the way up to a bust of 58.5 inches and a waist of 52.5 inches. Let me see what the ease is like. So ease at the bust is about 3 meters. Ease at the waist is about 7 inches. Did I say meters? Sorry, ease at the bust is about 3 centimeters. 3 inches, sorry. And ease at the waist is about 5, 6, 7 inches, which is great because you need the ease at the waist obviously to get the dress on, and then you've got the tie if you want to have it tied at the back, or you can wear it straight so it kind of looks like a smock dress, which is really, really great. So I'm loving these kind of dresses because they are great for postpartum, where you've just had a baby. You can wear it slightly looser, and then as you lose the weight you can tie it up as you please, which is really, really great. And bonus for me is the nursing access with the button placket at the front. And the fabric I have chosen is a Lady McElroy cotton lawn. This came in 2 colorways actually. The colorway that I've chosen, which is the darker colorway, I think it's like a dark navy, but it almost looks like a black. And then it also came in a beige colorway. I'll show you this one here. I'm not sure what it's called, but so I'm hoping this is like a lovely transitional kind of not too cold and not too warm kind of fabric, if that makes sense. So obviously the palm print is more for the spring, but then the darker colors is more for now because it still is a bit nippy outside. And it's a beautiful cotton lawn from Lady McElroy. Sorry, the children are all a bit noisy at the background there. Lovely and floaty. So McElroy is drapey, but it still has structure, unlike Viscose, which is much more floatier. So I thought that would work quite well. I'm not sure about the sleeves yet, what I'm going to do. So I'm thinking 3/4, well, not the, so this is kind of 3/4 length sleeve. So I'm thinking just kind of above the elbow for me. And as I say, I had this in my plans already, so I do have other fabric that I want to do another hinterland with. So possibly next month I will be doing two hinterlands or hinterlands. So that's the fabric there, and then you get matching thread and the buttons, I assume. Let me just double check. You get a little package here. Ah, yes. Can you tell the children to be quiet, please? I can hear them. Oh, the buttons are lovely. Black Gutterman's thread, which is lovely. And the buttons, they almost remind me of crocodile. I don't know if you can see them. So it's like, well, to me it looks like crocodile. It's like a dark green colour. And I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And that goes beautifully with that. I mean, look at that. That goes beautifully with that. Can't show you. So that's that. So I'm really happy about that. And then my little haberdashery gift is a So Handy super bright LED seam ripper needle threader thread cutter. Wow. So I assume I pull this. I guess it's kind of remove before use. So it's kind of like a Swiss Army knife, but for sewing. It's by Hemline. There's a little QR code that you can scan if you wanted to find out how to use it, but I'm just going to go with it. Little levers and things, so pull that out. Oh, that's a needle threader. I don't know if you just saw that pop out. Needle threader there. So that goes back in. Other side is a seam ripper. Wow, the seam ripper. And then the torch is, there you go. That is really cool. I have not, how do you switch it off? That is really cool. I've not seen, oh, and then there's something else at the back here. Oh, maybe that's the batteries. So it's seam ripper, needle threader, and thread cutter. So where's the thread cutter? Or maybe the needle threader is a thread cutter. No, that's the battery. But there you go. How cute is that? So that can go in my little tin of, so I have like a little sewing kit that I bring around, not with me all the time, but if if I'm wearing a me made dress for like an occasion, like a wedding or something, I will bring my sewing kit with me, and I have like a pair of scissors in there, needle, thread, that sort of thing. So that will go in there nicely, and a measuring tape. So yeah, thank you very much. Oh, and I also get interfacing. What's the interfacing for? Oh, I'm assuming it might be the button plackets. You need interfacing, which is quite a lot actually. There. And as I say, you get 3.5 meters of this fabric. Let me just double check for you, which is really, really great, because most of the patterns that I have chosen only really use like 2.5 maximum. So I still have like a meter left for like a top, for example, which is really great. So I'm just going to measure that. So that's 1.5. Sorry, I'm getting there. 1.5. That's 3 meters. Yeah, 3 meters and 52, so 3.5 meters. Beautiful Lady McElroy fabric, retails at about £16.99 per meter. So just for the fabric alone, you're getting a lot of value for your money. So it's really, really great. Thank you so much for this month's box. I will now show you last month's garment that I made. So last month I went for the knit pattern, and let me just put these buttons away. Where was the thread? Did I give you the thread, my love? Oh, no. Could you fold this for Mum, please? Anya's in here. Fold this one and put it back in the box. Okay. And this all goes in there as well, Annie, please. Yeah. Okay, so last month I chose a knit pattern, and it was the Ruby by Fiber Mood. Can't really see it very well there. It's basically a long knit dress, oversized. I think Fiber Mood tend to do quite a lot of oversized patterns. Well, the ones that I've chosen anyway have been all oversized. Very simple dress actually. So it's like a jumper dress or a sweater dress. It's got drop shoulders, gathered sleeves, gathered cuff. It's got a neckband, cuff, straight, and then it's got like a slit on either side, and these ends here are mitered. And it is very, very oversized. So according to the measurements, so this goes from an extra small up to a triple XL, bust of 76, hips of 86 centimeters, all the way up to a bust of 146, hips of 145 centimeters. So according to these measurements, I should be an XL according to my personal measurements. But then when I looked at the finished garments, I went down by 2 sizes to a medium, and everything else was fine for me there except the length. I had to take 20 centimeters off the length because, yeah, I think they have it as quite long there, so it's literally down to her ankles, which probably doesn't suit me, especially with the bump. I think maybe if it was a slimmer fit, then maybe you could do like an ankle length, in my personal opinion. So can we get the baby to just be...
Should I put them both on?
Yeah, can you ask Addison to help me? So I had to take 20 centimeters off the length. Everything else was exactly the same. I did a straight medium, and I will show you my version is here. I chose a lovely what is this called, French terry, coral print French terry with black spots. It came with contrasting black ribbing. This fabric is by Poppy, so I got 3.5 meters of this again, and I think I've only used like 1.5 meters, so I've got a good 2.5 meters. No, 2 meters, no, yeah, 1.5 meters. So I've got a good 2 meters and a couple of tails left, so I can easily get a sweater out of that or what have you, or something for the girls, which is really, really nice. So this is my version here. So you've got the neckband that was easy enough to put in. I've got a little label that says gorgeous. That's from Beyond the Pink Door. The drop shoulders are here. Then you've got the gathers at the sleeves there, and then you've got the cuff and the gather there. At the bottom you've got the slit, and it's got mitered corners. Unfortunately, so the mitered corners I was quite impressed with actually. So all it is, let me just show you the cutting piece. It's very, very simple, but it just seems to impress me because of the result. So the bottom of the skirt is like, the bottom of the skirt is like this, and all you do for mitered corners, so instead of having a rectangular piece here, you just kind of cut it, well, it's kind of, the pattern piece is cut at an angle there, and then what you do is you just put you line these up together, right sides together, sew across, and then when you turn it out, you have a beautiful mitered corner as such. Let me show you. So it's a beautiful mitered corner, and it just kind of miraculously appears. So it's very simple, but yeah, there you go. So the only thing that went wrong with mine, I think, was this leg split. It tells you to do, I don't know if you can see that. So sew it down, and then you obviously hem it, and it goes all the way around up there, all the way around this way. So my hemming was perfectly fine up there. But when I got to this bit here, I didn't have enough seam allowance to go up that way, so I kind of went like a V shape. I'll show you my one here. So as you can see, I've hemmed it. This is the hemming all the way up here. Mitered corner, hemming all the way up to the top. But then when I got to the slit point, I just had to do like a V because I didn't have enough to go underneath. So I'm not sure where they got that extra bit of fabric to go underneath. I've obviously done it wrong somehow, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. You can't really tell the difference. And I'll pop up some photos of myself wearing it. So my honest opinion is I don't hate it. I think I will wear it. Obviously, I am 29 weeks pregnant. So for me, it's a very comfortable pull-on dress, really warm, full coverage, great for this time of the year. But I think it's not very flattering. I think even if I didn't have a bump, it wouldn't be flattering. And I think the reason for it is, well, first of all, it's got no shape at the, it's basically straight. Which doesn't help me anyway because I have a bump. But I thought that the drops shoulders combined with the gathered sleeve here, so basically this kind of starts here, I just think it's a bit awkward and it doesn't really go. So it reminds me very much of a combination of the Tilly and the Buttons Billy jumper, which is exactly like this, but it doesn't have the drop shoulder, so the shoulder will be up here and then you've got the gathered sleeve up here. So it reminds me of that, combined with the South Bank, Nina Lee South Bank sweater, which has got the drop shoulder, but it doesn't have the gathered sleeve. It just has the a straight sleeve, which I think either of those would work well, but I think together, perhaps not for me. So going forward, I will wear this up until I have my baby. And I think come next autumn, winter, I'm either going to cut the sleeve off and then use a straight sleeve, perhaps from the Nina Lee London pattern piece. So literally it's just a straight sleeve without the gather, and then that will give a more streamlined effect on the shoulder and the arms. Or I could cut off the sleeve and adjust the shoulder down here to make it a proper shoulder that sits on the proper shoulder, and then add a gathered sleeve as per the Tilly and the Buttons Billy pattern. I'm thinking the South Bank would probably be an easier hack because it's just taking off the sleeves and adding a new set of sleeves. So I'll see. But I would still wear it now, definitely. The fabric is gorgeous as well. Lovely colour. I love pinks and burgundies, that sort of thing. The only other thing that I found was a bit tricky. Well, it wasn't tricky. It's just I wouldn't have done it this way. So with the sleeves, the sleeve pattern piece is here. So you've got your center point at the shoulder seam or the drop shoulder seam, and then these are the gathering points you've got here. So you put gathering stitches up to here. So it's not fully gathered at the sleeve, it's just gathered at the shoulder head, I suppose, sleeve head, and these bits are fine. But at the bottom as well, you've got gathering points here. So normally for a gathered sleeve, a gathered hem, you would have gathering stitches all the way across, and then you would arrange the gathers to fit into the cuff. This one, however, only has gathering from this point to this point. So this bit is gathered, but then this bit and this bit should be, I suppose, straight. But the cuff doesn't allow for that. The cuff is quite, well, it's a normal size cuff. And then there's a lot of sleeve fabric to squeeze into it, so the resulting effect is just like being gathered all the way around anyway. So I think they should have just not bothered with the gathering markers and just told you to gather the whole sleeve, because it was actually quite a struggle to pull the rest of the ungathered part of the sleeve to fit into the cuff. So if I was to do it again, I would just do gathering sleeves all the way around the bottom of the sleeve and just gather it to fit the cuff. So that's that. But there you go. So that's my review of the Ruby sweater dress. And what else did I want to say? No, that's it really. So yeah, definitely will wear it until the end of my pregnancy. But then after that, I will be hacking it into a sweater of some sort, depending. And I will either go for the South Bank copy or the Tilly and the Buttons Billy sweatshirt copy. And I think it'll be more wearable. It'll be more I would wear it more. And then obviously I'd have to add a ribbing at the bottom for the bottom of the sweatshirt, which is great because I still have enough ribbing left over as well. And also black is easy to come by if you didn't have any. But yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for that for watching. Thank you so much, Nicola, for another lovely box. And I'm looking forward to the 1st of March to see my email choices for next month's box. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.